So fine, welcome to Geography Enrichment classes. I hope you can all see my shared screen. I've tried to first help you get familiar with how we'll go about this process. Because whatever I teach, I will try jotting quickly on the whiteboard. Okay, so some of you are not familiar with this. Keep writing on the whiteboard, and all of you must all have your notes, write notes while I teach. Okay, you must not miss what I'm teaching. Don't just listen to what I'm teaching. This is probably the biggest bane of online teaching. Online teaching में 9 out of 10 students, they listen to the lectures and they probably rewind and forward and view the lectures. उसमें time waste होता है. So 10 minute का video you end up watching for probably 45 minutes. It does not make sense. So be alert while I am teaching, while I write, you also jot down in your notes. Okay, so that way you keep pace with me. This is not a presentation where you listen to me alone. You also write down and take the jottings. So this is one of the major ways of learning I insist on if you are online. The second thing is you must have your textbooks with you. Okay, मैंने आपको बार-बार कहा है, okay, get hold of the textbooks. Oceanography by Savindra Singh, Environment Geography by Savindra Singh, get hold of Geomorphology. Many of you continue to depend on the PDF copies. PDF copy में बेटा पढ़ाई नहीं होती है. Okay, and worst is when I'm reading and the class is going on, you not even know कि कौन सा screen आप देखोगे. There are 7 to 8 textbooks. I've given a list of the books on the Telegram link. आप वो किताबें खरीद लो या फिर do something ताकि आप दिल्ली आ सकें, अपना notes और books लेके जा सकें. बिना किताब के पढ़ना मुश्किल है. Okay, and for me to tell you the pages while you cannot write down, this will be a trouble. So in your enrichment classes, one of the big questions sort of students have asked me is, what are we going to do in the enrichment classes? Enrichment classes में हम चार चीज करेंगे, 4 things in our enrichment classes. Okay, number 1, because it is enrichment, I will teach you lot of advanced concepts. Advanced concepts जो आपके syllabus में नहीं है और syllabus में है भी, तो you have to go beyond the regular topics. Okay, so this is my first writing on the whiteboard. So I said advanced topics में, see, imagine this topic called as slope development. Of slope development, all of us know about L.C. King's model, we know about Davis model, we know about the model of say Pink. But you can go beyond that. Okay, beyond that जाने के लिए you should know something about what did Gilbert tell us, what did J.T. Hack tell us, what did Schwamm tell us, the role of time, the role of process, what are the schools of slope studies, वो additional हो जाता है. ये advanced topics ऐसे हैं, they are not frequently asked, but when asked, they can always be very, very tricky questions. In the enrichment, what all are we covering? So I said, we are covering advanced topics. The topics not in the syllabus, but they can ask you. Okay, so you'll have to get ready with those kind of advanced topics. Okay, that's one. Second thing we will teach you is, okay, we will teach you answer writing. This I think is the most important aspect of the whole course. Answer writing में क्या किया जाता है? Okay, I will give you questions. Maybe if I give you say arbit number है, I'll give you 10 questions. Maybe I will discuss 4 to 5 questions with you, and I'll give you another 4 to 5 questions as a part of assignments. ये भी you must write on your own. ये भी write on your own, and then I will give you model answers. I will give you model answers that you can compare with. Okay. The problem with answer writing is it is not possible for me to check your answers every time. बहुत मुश्किल है. आपके इस batch में you have more than 220 to 30 students in this batch. अगर आप एक-एक answer भी submit करते हो, I cannot check it. Because of which, what we have done is I will teach you answer writing. Okay, I will explain the content and the structure for the answers. In some answers, I will not explain the structure entirely. ये पूरा आपका काम होगा. And after you have written, maybe I'll give you 1 day gap, and then we will post model answers. In all, you should receive around 200 model answers, very high quality answers written by lot of trained students. ये बच्चे जो हैं 2 3 4 राउंड में लिखते हैं. They don't write in one go. Okay, and they've been training. Many of them have been training over last 1.5 years. Some of them are in service. Some of them have given the interview. Plus, हमने एक और team add किया है. Who again I will start training. Okay, so lot of learning will happen by you looking at the model answers. Okay, I'll show some of you here. All the model answers you'll receive on your mail or you will receive on your app. I'll let you know how to use the app eventually. So answer writing आपको सिखाएंगे. The third important thing is we will quickly brush up some important conceptual topics. So now this point here, what I'm saying is I will brush up some of the important concepts. Now देखो बेटा, enrichment session में I'm going to give you approximately around 30-35 classes. ये 30-35 classes में my bigger focus is okay, helping you with the advanced topics, okay, and helping you in answer writing. Now, in this scheme of things, if you expect that I'll cover all the other basics also, वो possible नहीं है. But हाँ, कुछ concepts important हैं, I will brush them up. Kuch topics, even if we have taught you in the basic classes, foundation classes, I'll help you brush that up. But this will be very selective. This will be selective. Okay, I will not be brushing up everything. And the fourth thing, जो आपके बैच में हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, is you will all get videos of India's map. Okay, so we had the classes which we have recorded and we have edited. We have refined those classes. They are close to 30 plus videos. ये आपको videos at regular intervals आपको हम देना शुरू कर देंगे. Okay, but one point for all of you, whatever videos we share, the videos will be shared on the app, and as of now our only Android पे ही ये available है. अभी iOS में बन रहा है. It will take some time before you can use your iOS. Okay, because इसका reason है the concerns of piracy. ठीक है? So initially आपको सारा Android में मिलेगा, but much before your course gets over, any device, your mobile device हो, आपका tablet हो, anything which runs on Android. Most of you have a phone. The phone runs on Android or iOS. Apple. iOS का मतलब है Apple वाला app. अगर Apple phone है तो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. वो ऐप के बारे में बता देंगे. Okay, right now we will let you know about the app. Hold on for that. I was explaining what all will we be doing in our enrichment classes. Okay, we will cover your advanced topics. We will do answer writing. We will help you brush up some important concepts. And we also will help you cover India maps, advanced topics, answer writing, okay, quick revision of some, and also maps. We'll do that. Okay? So these are the 4 things. We will start off. One change that we have since we discussed in the last class, आपका test 1 जो है, test 1 has oceanography, biogeography, environment geography, and I have added climatology to this. In your program, we will have 4+2 comprehensive tests. Those of you have joined the tests. Otherwise, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Okay. Why we have this is because of the time that we have for the prelims and the gap between prelims and the mains. There is a bit of the time which has been squeezed. Whether you have joined the tests or not does not matter. All of you can attend the test discussion class. आप सबको question paper भी मिल जाएगा. You all can view the question paper. All of you can write the test in your home. But यही फर्क होगा, I will not check your scripts. So if you want to check the scripts, you must join the test separately. But all of you can be part of the discussions also. Okay, discussions में I will let you know. एक अलग सा लिंक होगा. All of you can watch discussion because पढ़ाई का पार्ट है. I will not deprive you of the discussion. It does not make sense. It's unfair actually. ठीक है? So climatology is what I have added in the first test. You have close to 9 classes before the first test. Approximately 8 to 9 classes per test है. So आराम से we are touching 30 to 40 classes okay, for the entire enrichment session. And I want your classes to wind up okay, August the first week में ही या August 10 तक I'll wind up. You'll have good almost 2 months okay, for the preparation of your prelims. I shared the schedule with all of you. Okay, so आपका पहला test जो है, your first test is on July the 18th. July 18th आपका पहला test है. Okay, and this is the schedule. I will let you go okay, by August 7th तक आपका class खत्म करा देंगे. Okay, and you'll have some discussions here. Okay, and then we let you go. Okay, so you not have too many classes here. So you can start your prelims preparation somewhere around 8 से आप शुरू कर सकते हैं. Like 8 या 4 शुरू कर लेना. The 2-3 classes will not impact too much. Okay, so good 2 months you'll have to get ready for your prelim examination. So that explains how we'll go about. So अभी 3 classes है. You have got a class today, tomorrow, day after. The next class is on 24th, then on 26th. Okay, you have the class on 29th, so you have got approximately before the first test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classes, and if required, I might add some classes अगर हम खत्म नहीं कर पाए तो. Okay, plus you'll also get videos which you can view. Okay, for your topics completion. Post prelims, the schedule will be announced after the prelims. I'll see how to manage that then. This is the schedule up to the prelims. Okay, in the August month. Post prelims, we will have okay another whole calendar set up for you. So उसके लिए परेशान ना हो. You'll get a hang of that also. ठीक है? All sessions are okay, online, supported by recorded. You'll get model answers also if part of the enrichment classes. How many classes after the prelims? It could be approximately 10 to 12 watt classes because आपका फिर thought वगैरह उसमें आ जाता है. I'll do that then. So ये आप routine ले लेना. Okay, that should help you organize your day schedule for the enrichment sessions. Right then, let's get started now. So the first topic that we'll start off with is something about answer writing. Okay, I'm starting with answer writing. So some of you who have been a part of my regular classes, we know a bit about this. Okay, others, I must teach this answer writing thing, okay, fairly in good detail for you. Okay, and I'll demonstrate something. Okay, now, geography mein, these are the 3 type of questions you have generally, or 3 or 4 types. आपके पास 10 marks के questions होते हैं. 15 marks question have also been asked. 20 marks, 25 marks. For some years, they had also asked 30 marks questions. So उसको जाने दो आप. Let us keep more or less यही आपका range है. Okay, maybe 25. Say if I'm 30 marks, जो rare है, but ठीक है, we'll keep it in a slot. Okay, so I'll say these are the 3 type of questions you are asked: 10 marks questions, 15 mark questions, 20 mark questions, 25 and 30 marks ka questions. Now, on an average, the number of words in 3 hours, you cannot write more than 3,000 words. 3,000 words is the kind of an upper limit. Most of you write approximately 2200 से 2500 word ही लिख सकते हो. इससे ज़्यादा लिखना is very tough, which means this is worth approximately 250 marks. 2200, 2500 is the number of words. this is equal to 250 marks, which approximately translates to 100 marks, 10 marks ka question should be approximately around 100 words. This is your thumb rule. My suggestion, 100 words में आप बहुत ज़्यादा लिख नहीं पाओगे. So my suggestion is 10-15 marks के questions जो हैं, try to write in about 100 to 150 words. Good will be 120 odd words ही लिखना. 120 odd words, approximately 1 to 1.5 page. एक पेज में approximately 60, 70, 80 वर्ड लिख सकते हो. Okay, and which means not more than 2 pages. Okay, this is the rule of a 10-15 mark question. Okay, 10-15 mark question. So there's a word के अंदर लिखो. The optimum is 120. If you write less than 100, you cannot cover all points. If you write more than 150, you will end up using more time. Generally, 1 से 1.5 पेज का आंसर होना चाहिए in terms of page, but in any case, not more than 2 pages. When I say 2 page or 1 page, I'm talking in the format of the UPSC paper. UPSC paper में इधर 1 इंच का मार्जिन होता है, इधर 1 इंच का मार्जिन होता है, ऊपर 1 इंच का मार्जिन होता है. Okay, and in this space you must write down. So I'll say all your answer writing जो है, please do in proper formatted pages. जैसे UPSC यहाँ लिखा होता है, मार्केट में सब मिल जाएगा आपको. मे बी अभी लॉकडाउन चल रहा है तो नहीं है, but I'll try to scan one of the pages and share it with you on a Telegram channel. You can take a printout of that or take a dimension of that and अपने blank sheet में make it a habit that you will always write on these formatted pages with the margins. And we want कि इसी पेज के अंदर में try to accommodate approximately around 70 to 80 words with diagrams. Diagrams be important hai. Okay, without diagrams, you'll be having problems. So that's the rule of 10-15 mark question. Okay, then the second type is the 20 words wala question. 20 words wala question. This approximately around 180 to 200 words mein likhna. Don't go beyond this. Beyond this you can't handle. Okay, so this type of answers, try writing in about 2 to 2.5 page and not more than 3 pages. And when I say 3 pages, I always mean with diagrams. So 180 to 200 words, एक page में 60-70 word approximately रखो आप, and 2.5 page में you should be able to finish this. Maximum in some cases go to 3 pages. Okay, most of the question will be these 2 types. Okay, ये 10 mark का question होगा, 10 mark के questions होंगे और 20 mark के question होंगे. That is why for practice I insist, try writing all your answers in 3 pages or within 3 pages. This is the approximate instruction that I give you. Or agar 25, this is not asked every time. Okay, if you have 25 marks ka question or 30 marks ka question, you can write for about 200 to 250 words, and this write in again 3 pages. Agar बढ़ाना है तो 3.5 page ठीक है, but 3 page का boundary approximately रखो. Okay, so this type of questions are not the very popular ones. Okay, most questions are in the range of 20 marks, 10 and 15 marks के question. Typically आपका जो question होता है long वाला, question number 1, you have got 8 questions. Question number 1, which is compulsory. There are 5 questions here, A, B, C, D, E. you have question number 2. They generally have three sub questions and 15 marks, 15 marks and 20 marks. Okay. फिर से क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 होगा, वैसा ही कुछ है, A, B, C, 15 marks, 15 marks, okay, and 20 marks. There have been years when, पहले, अभी तो नहीं पूछ रहे हैं, you can also have, okay, maybe A and B, 25 marks, 25 marks. But इस type of questions अब बहुत rare आ रहे हैं. So this is more or less the type of marking systems that you have. That's why I'm saying write these 10 marks question. Write these 10 mark question within 2 pages and write these questions within 3 pages. Okay. Now, one suggestion to all of you. In the examination hall, students ask me कि words का क्या issue है. Remember one thing, nobody counts your words. कोई भी आपका words count नहीं कर रहा है. Nobody cares also. You are given marks on the basis of your topic and your paper completion. अगर आप all the important points लिख पा रहे हो तो आपको marks मिलेगा. अगर नहीं लिख पा रहे हो तो marks नहीं मिलेगा. The word limit is more of a guide to you. कि देखो ये वाला topic, do not write too much. Or this question, okay, elaborate a bit more maybe. Nobody counts the words. Say a 10 mark का question, अगर आपने 50 word में लिखा है, क्या होगा? Okay, बताइए. If a 10 mark question you write in 50 words, क्या होगा? What will happen? Okay, you essentially will not be able to cover all the important points. Okay, छूट जाएगा. आप सारा points cover नहीं कर पाओगे. So nobody will penalize you for the words, but because आप points cover नहीं कर पा रहे हो, आपके marks कम आएंगे. And a 10 mark question, अगर आपने 200 word में लिख दिया, तो क्या होगा? अगर 10 mark का question 200 word में क्या होगा तो क्या होगा? You have used more time. आपने कोई और क्वेश्चन का टाइम इसमें डाल दिया है. You end up penalizing yourself. अगर 20 मार्क का क्वेश्चन है and you write only 100 words, एक पेज, again problem है, you have not been able to cover all the important points. 20 मार्क का क्वेश्चन है, आपने 400 वर्ड लिख दिया, maybe 4 पेज लिख दिया, तो क्या होगा? You will end up compromising some other questions content. So more than the words, what matters is the time. Approximately 10 मार्क के क्वेश्चन के लिए आपके पास 7 minutes होते हैं और less than 10 minutes होते हैं. That is how you can cover all the questions. You have got 5 10 mark questions to write. Okay, you have got 6 15 marks questions to write. And you have got 3 20 marks questions to write. There are 10 marks questions to write. Question number 1 and question number 5. Section A, yes, section B. I hope you know the pattern of the examination, of the questions. Section A and section B. Section A, question number 1, then 2, 3, 4. इसमें ABC, इसमें ABC, इसमें ABC, इसमें ABCDE. सेक्शन बी में वैसे ही 5, 6, 7, 8. ABC, ABC, ABC. 15 marks, 15 marks, 20 marks. 15 marks, 15 marks, 20 marks. So add up करोगे, you have to write 10 mark question, 6 15 marks questions, and 3 20 marks question. This is what you have to write down. And on an average, you have approximately 7 minutes to write a 10 mark question. You have less than 10 minutes. So the point here is that if you write fast, then you can write more words. But if you're writing slowly, you can write less words. Fast likho, I still say, keep to the page limit. Slow likho, keep to the page limit. Okay. All topics within word limit. होता क्या है 10 questions में से maybe 5 questions you know very well, 2 or 3 questions you can manage, 1 question you will bluff और एक पूरा छोड़ दोगे आप. The one that you leave, ये marks और ये time आपका यहाँ पर distribute हो जाएगा. So maybe the 5 you know well, you tend to write a bit more. The one that you know less, you tend to write a bit less. तो सारा exactly word limit में नहीं होता है. Plus or minus 10-15% चला ही जाता है. I hope you understood the time and the page. Okay. So no answers. So I have explained, okay, the word and the time. Now come towards the problem called as answer organization. Now, every answer has, okay, 3 parts. Introduction of the answer, there is a conclusion of the answer, and there is a body. Okay, so this we understand. Har answer ka ye 3 part hoga. But my suggestion is that when you're organizing, you have a different format. So jaise ki, this is the page that you have. This is page 1. This is another page 2. Think of you are writing a 10 or a 15 mark question. You have got margin, left margin, right margin, top margin, left margin, right margin, and top margin. My suggestion is have an introduction, have a diagram. ये हो गया आधा पेज में. This is introduction. This is the diagram. Then you have the body. Body may have subheads. And the last paragraph is the conclusion. Plus maybe one more diagram here. Okay? This suggestion. Our rule is have one diagram at least in every page. Okay, have one diagram at least in every page. Now there's the reason why I insist have a diagram here. Those of you who have given your mains, did you realize one thing? Okay, that main examination likhte samay, what is your natural instinct? Is it writing more or is it drawing sketches? Exam condition mein, when you are writing an answer, I'm sure some of you have given your mains. What is your instinct? Do you want to write more or do you want to draw and sketch more? Because my experience tells me, okay, that you will tend to write more and not draw. Okay, somehow हमारे drawing पे faith नहीं होता है. So when I run short of time, the diagram I can do anything, but I try to write more and more. So what happens is, if you keep the diagram कि मैं बाद में बनाऊंगा, invariably you will not draw at all. If you have a drawing to do and you say कि पहले लिख लेता हूं, I will draw afterwards. Trust me, you will not draw, and if you draw, you will end up drawing a bad diagram. मैं ऐसे लिख रहा हूं, and in the answer I have written something और मैंने यहाँ जगह छोड़ दिया है. Okay, and I will write something. I write something here. I go to another question number 2. Okay, I write something here. Do you have the urge to come back and draw here? It's very rare. It's very rare कि आप आगे बढ़ गए हो और वापस आके you want to draw. Like it's a mess. Those who have given the names will understand this. So when you are writing an answer, do not keep the diagrams for a later time. That's my point. So आप जब लिख रहे हो आंसर ना, साथ के साथ keep on drawing. While you are writing, keep on sketching. That's the reason why I'm insisting कि introduction के बाद ही try to force some diagram. Okay, not a big one, a small sketch. Okay, now when I say diagram, okay, I can mean many things. A diagram can mean a map. A diagram can mean any sketch. A diagram can mean a flow chart. A diagram can mean a schematic. A diagram could also be a table. Essentially, anything which is not a regular paragraph. I want some type of a pictorial depiction. Okay, one diagram per page. Diagram का advantage क्या है पता है बेटा? Diagram is a very good way of breaking the monotony of a reader. जो आंसर पढ़ रहा है आपका ना, अगर सिर्फ words and words है, the person has a problem in focusing. That's one. Second is, diagrams help you give a conceptual depiction of what you are writing down. एक pictorial form में आसान तरीके से आप दिखा सकते हो. And if you're good at it, diagram will help you conserve words also. The content of a diagram, if written in a paragraph, can sometimes take more time than the diagram itself. हाँ, लेकिन diagram आपको करना होगा practice. So our point here is that in your answer, let it be a rule के आप introduction के बाद ही start with a diagram. The moment your introduction gets over, okay, 20 words, 30 words, जो भी है, approximately मैं answers में 10% rule मान के चलता हूँ. हालांकि there is no rule as such. If it is 200 words, okay, answer, about 20 words have introduction. Okay, but there's no rule as such. It's for your convenience. Keep it as one paragraph. Followed by that, please draw some kind of a sketch. And let this introduction and the diagram be over in half a page, or maybe slightly more than half the page. And then you directly hit the body. Body mein, you should have subheads. Subheads, that is, discuss the answer in terms of some kind of themes. So they ask you, discuss urban problems of India. So एक theme होगा urban problems and waste management, urban problems and traffic challenges, urban problems and housing, urban problems and slums and ghettos management. So ऐसे sub themes में, ऐसे subheads में, you should write the body of the answer. And generally, I suggest 4 to 5 such subheads. And let one of the subhead be about India also. अगर paper 2 का question नहीं है, keep one subhead on India also, ताकि you have a sense of completion. Okay, and the next page can also have one more diagram followed by a conclusion. The first page, an introduction with a diagram. And when I say a diagram, it can be a map, it can be a sketch, it can be a flow chart, it can be a schematic, it can be a table. Anything which is not a regular paragraph, anything which is not a regular word, something that breaks the monotony of your write-up. And I repeat, there is not a rule. ये कोई rule थोड़ी है. This is not a rule. This is a suggestion. How you format your answers. और आपको लगता है कुछ और possible है, go ahead, do it. And who says conclusion is not a part of the answer? So introduction, diagram, then I'm saying body. Introduction can be a definition. It can be some facts. It can be about something about some data. Diagram, I said, could be a map. A diagram could be a sketch. Okay. A diagram can be a flow chart. A diagram can be a schematic. And I said a diagram can also be a table. It can be a pie chart. It can be a graph. Anything that is pictorial. Then come to the body of the write-up. ये जो body है, okay, the body में हमारा intention क्या है? The body should deal with the specific issues. Very importantly, body must have examples and case studies. The body must have geographical concepts. ये बहुत important point है. Okay, say we are discussing a topic called as agriculture problems in India. Look at the question. The question was about agriculture problems of India. The introduction can be about some facts and data. Agriculture is one of the most important sectors in India. Approximately more than 50% of people continue to be directly employed in agriculture, and it contributes about 13 to 15% to our GDP. But bulk of the problems in India and the poverty in India is related to agricultural poverty. There are more than 60,000 crores, annual allocation to programs like NREGA, because agriculture problems are the most critical of the rural and the social problems. Introduction में मैंने fact बता दिया, कुछ data दे दिया. I've emphasized what the agriculture problems are. Now come to diagram. In the diagram, I can have a type of a schematic. Agriculture problems, and we can say irrigation problem. There are mechanization problems, problems of food processing industries, problems of land issues, problems related to procurement of fertilizers and seeds. ये भी schematic हो गया. Or I could try a graph. I'm indicating that India's GDP has increased, India's agriculture has consistently declined, and here I could write down some pictorial. The exact graph thodi hai. This is a kind of a depiction. It's not exact graph in terms of numbers. A pictorial depiction that since the 1990-91 reforms, our GDP has consistently increased. About 6 to 8% हमारा growth रहा है on an average, whereas agriculture has stagnated. Declining agriculture, 0% growth, and also negative growth. Because of which we will say agriculture contributes to bulk of India's rural poverty and rural unemployment. This is a type of a pictorial depiction कि agriculture में क्या problem है. This is a kind of a pictorial depiction. But ऐसे diagrams बनाने के लिए you should have sort of practice. So I started the introduction, gave you a diagram. It could be a schematic like this, or it could be a representative diagram, or I can also do this. I can take up India's map. I can have India's map. I could shade it. So a hill region, agricultural problems is equal to water. Dry regions, agriculture problem is water and desertification. Problems of maybe some other part, agriculture problems related to lack of forward linkages. I can do this also, and I'll encourage you to use colors. Don't use red color and don't use green color, because ये दो color use किया जाता है correction के लिए. Blue, black, brown, yellow, orange, whatever you want. And you could have some words here and put the diagram in a box so that the diagram looks neat. Vijender, presentation is very, very important. अगर presentation skills अच्छे नहीं हैं, your answers will not look appealing to check. So boxes में the diagrams look very nice and neat. करके देखो कैसे आपका quality change हो जाता है आंसर का. Pencil also can be used, no problem. ठीक है? So I have taught you what is the definition. I have explained some diagram part. Now come to the body. Now while discussing agriculture problems in India, what is the geographical concept I can use? Anybody? What is the geographic? जो कि आपके geography syllabus में mentioned है. This is your geography syllabus में mentioned. Geographical concept of agriculture में क्या आ सकता है? One क्यों कहाँ लेके जाओगे? Yes, one is our agriculture is not in accordance to agroclimatic zonation. Agriculture has developed monoculture and compromises biodiversity. There is spatial imbalances and inequalities in agriculture infrastructure. Okay, crop combination patterns are not reflective of the agroclimatic potential. So, in your answer, okay, try to bring in whatever geographical concept you can add. There's a India's agriculture is an example of paddy dominance under the subsistence farming like classified by Whittlesey. I think all of us know Whittlesey's classification of agriculture. तो हम ऐड कर सकते हैं ना कि इंडिया का problem is associated with the ill-developed agriculture like the subsistence type or the paddy dominance as explained by Whittlesey. So bring some geographical concepts. ये बहुत important part of your answer writing. So I've explained how to draw, what your introduction can be. Use case studies. So have a small heading, okay, problems of salinization in Punjab. और पंजाब के बारे में 2-3 लाइन लिख लेना. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 lines about Punjab's agriculture problems because of HYV seeds, green revolution, and the use of groundwater. So your body must also include case studies, geographical concepts, analysis. Analysis का मतलब होता है whatever you are discussing, give reasons. Your body must include, जहां possible है, some spatial dimension. Talk in terms of places, locations. Okay, spatial dimension, link that with maps. Geographical concepts कहां से आते हैं? For terms and concepts from the syllabus. And in this body, try to add 1 or 2 diagrams. Invariably, एक आध मैप तो बन जाना चाहिए और ना भी बना तो some other sketch probably. And finally, you have your conclusion. अब conclusion में you could have a solution. You could talk about some applied aspect. अगर यहाँ नहीं कर पाए conclusion में you can bring in an Indian reference. इंडियन रेफरेंस यहां भी आ सकता है, बॉडी में भी इंडियन रेफरेंस आ सकता है. इफ यू डिड नॉट हैव वर्ड्स फॉर द इंडियन रेफरेंस इन द बॉडी, देन ब्रिंग द इंडियन रेफरेंस इन द कंक्लूजन. एंड यस, समथिंग फ्यूचरिस्टिक एज इन द consequences of not doing it or the consequences of doing it. You can use all of them or you can use 2 or 3 of them. जैसे agriculture problems हैं. My conclusion will be, if the above problems are not addressed, agriculture distress will aggravate, more so because of climate change related disruptions too. In India, agriculture is part of our development missions under National Action Plan for Climate Change. And agriculture, if developed and made prospective, can be part of India's $5 trillion economy, GDP. So in one paragraph, just see, I have something futuristic here. I've talked about what India is doing. Again, I've mentioned if we can do it, what can be the future. So that's good enough. So you can use a mix of this: climate change, Therefore, the need to promote climate smart agriculture and conservation agriculture. ये मैंने solution दे दिया यहाँ पर. So way forward is conclusion. Futuristic is also conclusion. Your conclusions can be any of this or a mix of this. And you need not elaborate too much here. Just 2, 3, 4 lines, okay, as a part of your last paragraph. Answer writing is the biggest challenge in your preparation. आपने जो कुछ भी पढ़ा है अभी तक, आपने जो कुछ भी अभी तक आपने सीखा है, if you are not able to convert that into answers, you are in trouble. Okay, now let me show you some things. I'm showing you some answers. Okay, look at this one. Salinity pattern of Indian Ocean. Look at this question. Write a short note on the salinity patterns of Indian Ocean. So we start off with, okay, 2 or 3 lines of introduction. Atlantic Ocean salinity is around 35, 34, 35, but it varies especially in different oceans. The pattern saline Indian Ocean is more variable and complex than the Pacific and the Indian Ocean. Okay, fine. Or maybe you could start off with salinity of the ocean depends on the salt dissolved per 1,000 parts of seawater. The amount of salinity depends on many factors. In Indian Ocean, it is far more complex than the other oceans. ये भी कर सकते हैं आप. So there was a 2-line introduction here. Then you directly come to a diagram that tells us, okay, the isotherm map of Indian Ocean. You can, it's up to you. But अच्छा ये होगा कि Indian Ocean का reference जल्दी लेके आ जाओ शफी. That's all. Then you have a diagram. The diagram is the isohaline map of India. उसके बाद we have got series of body. इस बच्चे ने क्या किया है? He should have given headings. The average salinity is found. It decreases northwards. यहाँ heading हो सकता था latitudinal pattern or regional pattern of salinity could have been a heading here. And to conserve words, because ये question जो है ना ये 15 mark का question है, not more than 1.5 page. Okay, so to conserve words, what he has done is, see, he has used a diagram here. Arabian Sea has high salinity because of high evaporation, less humidity, less influx of fresh water. Bay of Bengal has lower salinity, low evaporation, high humidity, more influx of the fresh water. And you have shown some rivers here. And that is written as comparative account of Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea salinity. Okay. On the other hand, अब यही चीज को, okay, in 2-3 lines explain भी कर दिया है, because 15 mark में आप लिखोगे क्या? You can start off and then explain that. Okay. Then very typically explained, if you know what is Levine current, यहाँ पर diagram आ सकता था. Okay. Levine current coming from the Pacific Ocean also increases the salinity along the southern Indian Ocean parts. इसका diagram बन सकता था. Then partially enclosed seas could have been a good heading here. So Persian Gulf के बारे में बात हो गया, Red Sea के बारे में बात हो गया, which have higher salinity than the Persian Gulf. Then you have another heading here, the vertical pattern of Indian Ocean. Okay, you could have drawn a graph here. Is it okay? Can you see the look of the answer? So you essentially have an Indian reference, you have subheads, you have used a diagram, you have taken a case study for partially enclosed seas, you also have explained the pattern. Okay, हाँ, इस answer में it would be nice if there could have been a small paragraph for conclusion. इस answer में conclusion missing है. A conclusion could be like, okay, salinity is an important aspect that decides distribution of marine life forms. In recent times, because of climate change, salinity of the oceans are being disrupted. Pollution also disrupts salinity. Some of those lines finish off 2 or 3 lines of conclusion. Okay, so आपका ये हो गया. So I said no more than the word limit. I'm concerned about the page and the space that you have used. Okay, so you have in your introduction with a diagram, you have got 4 headings. Regional pattern एक heading हो गया, एक हो गया enclosed seas का heading, एक हो गया living current का heading, और एक हो गया heading of the vertical pattern. 4 headings. And you could have added a conclusion also. You could have added a conclusion, which this answer is missing. Is that okay how an answer looks like? So word limits is ज़्यादा important है space aspect and by heart answers and reproduce. अगर ऐसे answers आपने by heart कर लिया, then you can write faster in the examination. Look at another one. The question is how global warming affects oceans. हम वही चाहेंगे. Okay, 2 पेज में, but this answer is a bit more lengthy than I would have wanted. So I would have wanted within 2 pages, but ये थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ गया है. But look at the format. ठीक है? Look at the format. How is global warming affecting the oceans? Start the answer by some data or some facts rather than आप बेटा कुछ भी use कर सकते हो for beginning. You can define, use some facts. Okay, generally I'll say which are applied ones, which are contemporary ones. It will be nice if you can use some aspect of the data. Yes, Rajshekar, you can use. Okay, they say the 5th assessment report, I think 5th report 2015 में आया था शायद, reveals that oceans have absorbed more than 93% of excess heat from greenhouse gases emissions since 1970s. One sentence में, okay, global warming. Then there is a diagram that depicts impact of global warming on the oceans. Like impact is ocean temperature increases. It leads to impacting certain species, migration of species. It leads to atmospheric disturbances, higher greenhouse effect, increased atmospheric CO2. It impacts human activities eventually, disturbance of organisms. It disturbs coastal ecosystems. Okay, so ये पूरा आप पे dependent है आप कैसे बनाते हो. These kind of diagrams you have to create on your own. Then you have got subheads. Impact of global warming on the oceans. Number 1 is increase in ocean temperature and sea level change. 2-3 lines on those. Then it impacts circulation cells. It impacts the currents. Before warming, after warming. So it says global warming impact on ocean currents. Then here, ocean acidification. Okay. Ocean acidification, and we have a schematic here to explain how this happens. Okay, unchecked greenhouse gases, lesser CO2 concentration, conversion, plankton survival, okay, and what it happens. So increased acidity, what does it do to the oceans? And some lines here. Ocean atmosphere, state of equilibrium, rise in carbon content, oceanic carbon increases. IPCC report says something about CO2. There's ocean depletion in the oceans. Okay, some fact here. Consequence of global warming के बाकी impacts क्या हैं? Coral bleaching है, fish migrations हैं, greenhouse effect है. फिर एक और diagram आपका आ गया यहाँ पर. Okay, this is about the Arctic Ocean. Okay, how that gets impacted. Groundwater. फिर एक Arctic Ocean का है. Okay, and you end the answer with a conclusion. Global warming, in addition to anthropogenic changes, impacts ocean systems. For safer future, the world has to take wholehearted and efficient steps at local, regional, and global levels. That's about it. आपको answer का structure समझ में आया now? So now, if I go back to the page I was discussing, what does your answer look like? It should have an introduction. There should be a diagram. There is a body, and there is a conclusion. These are the 4 parts. And what to write in those, we have mentioned some suggestions on how to populate your answer. So this is where we begin. And I said, okay, and I repeat, more than the words, more than words, what matters is pages. अगर आप pages ठीक से लिख पाओ, invariably your words will also be taken care of. When your question is general, you have to find ways to bring in geography concepts. और geography concept कैसे आता है? Geography concepts comes from using words of geography, using words from the syllabus. Geography comes from spatial and regional approach. Geography comes from using maps. Geography comes from giving case studies related to places. Okay, give case studies about some places. Use words from geography, geographical thought, use words from geography syllabus. Bring in a spatial or regional dimension. Okay, make a map. ये चार तरीके हैं. And bringing geography terms में जहां possible है geographical thought use कर सकते हैं. Spatial dimension is about some patterns. So patterns of India's agriculture problems, patterns of rainfall, patterns of global warming, patterns of ocean pollution, okay? And maps. So you'll have to learn to write more, okay, and faster, and you make your own answers with lesser amount of words. But there are people who can write everything down, okay, and be through with it. And one hard truth. देखो क्या होता है? When we are competing, who should we compete with? Should we compete with people at our level, or better than us, or inferior than us? Who should we compete with? Who should we compare with? You must compare with those who are better than you. Okay? When you ask each other, यार मेरा नहीं हो रहा है, तेरा हो रहा है क्या? बोलेगा नहीं यार मेरा भी नहीं हो रहा, और इसका हो रहा है, इसका भी नहीं हो रहा. The problem is you're comparing with people your type or inferior than you. So most people you talk to will say they can't draw diagrams, they can't write 250 words, हम पेपर खत्म नहीं कर पाते हैं, they are unable to read books. Okay? And then you think कि कोई नहीं कर रहा, मैं भी नहीं कर रहा, that's perfectly fine. But the reality is those who qualify, they are capable of doing most of this. I'm not saying everything. आपके साथ ही काफी बच्चे बैठे हुए हैं who have given the interview. I'm not saying all of them can write brilliant answers. But 10 में से ना 2, 3, 4 तो ऐसा लिख ही लेते हैं. So अगर आप नहीं कर पा रहे हो, it means you have to invest in that type of work. अगर आप आपस से पूछोगे ना, 9 out of 10 will not be doing this. But those who make it, who qualify it, कहीं ना कहीं they are using some method on these lines. Your geographical terms better हो जाएंगे when you start reading your books, when you start making notes using the vocabulary language of the proper reading resources. All good till here. So I have taught you what should an answer look like. So whenever you are practicing answer, now this is what I recommend. When you are practicing answers, don't be concerned about the time. Be concerned about the pages, the structure of the answer, the use of diagrams, and the use of data, use of geographical concepts. When you're practicing, I said, don't be concerned about the time. एक answer can take you 2, 3, 4 hours, so be it. हम time constraint में नहीं लिखेंगे. हम लिखेंगे with these things in mind. Your pages should not be more than I have asked. The structuring has to be as deliberate as possible. Focus on the diagrams you use, focus on data and facts, and very importantly, focus on what geographical concepts you are using. Try developing model answers of your own and then compare with what I share. Is this part done? Okay, geographical thought से regional approach है, geographical thought से spatial patterns हैं, geographical thought से systems approach है. So talk about global warming and its impact. Say that global warming impact can be understood better under systems approach. Okay, draw a schematic of systems approach and the feedback loops. You can show that geographical concept thought से अगर उठाना चाहें, you can take up some things related to postmodernism. देखेंगे how and problem solving approach. So resources usage, scarcity, poverty से link कर सकते हो आप. Yes, you can use bullet points, okay, and paragraphs का mix आप use कर सकते हो. In the body, take up some specific issue. And repeating the body में क्या आएगा? Okay, under 3 or 4 heads, the body can have case studies. The body can have geographical concepts. The body should have analysis. By analysis, I mean you should give reasons. The body can have a discussion on the spatial dimension, the distribution. कोई भी चीज का distribution क्या है? Can have an Indian reference. Indian reference can also be part of a case study. यही है आपका body more or less. Use 1 or 2 of these. The body is done. So I'm starting off the discussion. Oceanography is what we are beginning with. So the first question I'm taking up is, or some discussion I'm taking up is, not question, I'm dealing with ocean warming. Okay, this is my first discussion point. The ocean warming may, you must know some facts. Facts may, for example, there is the assessment report by IPCC, I think 2015 का है, that says more than 90% of excess heat since the 1970s has been absorbed by the oceans. ये एक fact है. एक और fact है, ये जो amount of heat है, okay, this is approximately equal to, or in the last 25 years, the amount of heat oceans have absorbed is more than 3.6 billion atom bombs used in Hiroshima bombings. Temperatures have increased. Temperatures have increased at the rate of more than 0.11 degrees centigrade per decade, and likely increase would be 1 to 4 degrees centigrade by 2100. एक और fact है, something called as marine heat waves. Have you heard about this concept called marine heat waves? This is when the temperatures of the ocean are above expected levels for more than 5 days at a stretch. It's called as marine heat wave. When the temperatures of the oceans are above the expected levels for more than 5 days at a stretch. They're also called as warm blobs. In the 20th century, we have had 30% more heat waves, marine heat waves, and more severe has been in Northeast Pacific. And this marine heat waves of Northeast Pacific has impacted salmon fishing. It has impacted salmon fishing. It has impacted hurricane frequencies. It also results in algae bloom that are toxic, poisonous algae bloom. So ये कुछ facts हैं about the ocean water temperatures. Okay. See, most of us do not use this because the current affairs based topic hai. The marine heat waves, they have been more severe in the Northeast Pacific. Northeast Pacific, coast of Alaska, in Hawaiian Islands, along the Californian coast. I've picked up data from IPCC, and NOAA. ये सब ocean observations हैं. Use this data, please. Marine heat waves, and the rest. And also mention that ocean warming has been very severe in Western Antarctica, South Pacific area. We have this area called as Bellingshausen Basin. Okay, ocean warming, link it to some location, link it to some reports, tell us some places, kahan par ho raha hai. You could draw a map for this. Okay, for these things, you could use a graph. Aapki marzi hai. Marine heat wave is a phenomena when the temperatures of the ocean are above the expected level for more than 5 days at a stretch. So average temperature hona chahiye 30. The temperature is 32 or 33 for 5 at a stretch. Okay, it's also called as the warm blob. ये Pacific में ज़्यादा frequent हो रहा है. Although last year we did observe marine heat wave also in the Indian Ocean, but this has become more frequent in the Pacific Ocean, and it impacts fishing because of warmer waters. Californian coast is more vulnerable to hurricanes. Algal bloom, some type of algae will start growing more rapidly, algal bloom, and they release some toxic secretions which are bad for the other life forms. Okay, ये आपका factual part हो गया. Okay, let's move on. Now, what are the reasons? एक तो आपका natural reason है. There is natural reason. This is related to volcanism and related to tectonics, but this is not the more important one. और एक है natural because of insolation, और एक है anthropogenic. This is related to greenhouse gases trapping the heat. Okay, say this is my world and this is the atmosphere. These are mountains on the seas. So some amount of heat is released from the tectonic regions. ये sun है. Some amount of energy comes in from the sun. And then I'm saying, that there are some reasons why the atmosphere absorbs more, because of which the re-radiation towards the ocean, the absorption because of the ocean increases. So if you look at the reasons, this is the bigger reason. Since the late 19th century, ocean warming or consistent ocean warming has been more because of human factors, because of higher radiation from atmospheric greenhouse gases. What are the reasons? The reasons are natural, tectonic volcanism. It is there, but not the most important reason right now. Natural also includes insolation, the energy coming from the sun. Okay, वो भी factor है. So when we have sunspot cycles, the oceans can become warmer. But anthropogenic factors is a bigger reason. The greenhouse gases, which are trapped or which trap the radiations from the earth, they are re-radiating back into the oceans. So this is a more important factor. Since the late 19th century, consistent ocean warming has been more because of human factors, because of higher re-radiation from the atmospheric greenhouse gases. अब इससे क्या हो रहा है? There is a chain reaction where warmer oceans release more greenhouse substances. They release methane, they release carbon dioxide. They tend to absorb and dissolve more salts. देखो ये आपका ocean है. In this ocean, it has now become warmer. Because it is warmer, carbon dioxide will escape. Because it's warmer, carbon dioxide escapes. Because warmer, methane also escapes. Because of this, this is trapping more heat, radiating back more, and this becomes more warmer. This is a classic example of a positive feedback that increases the ocean temperature. It's a kind of a chain reaction. It's a kind of a chain reaction where warm oceans release more greenhouse gases. Yes, it's like a cascade thing. They release more methane. They release more carbon dioxide. They also absorb more carbon. It's a process going on like a chain reaction. They tend to absorb more salts. Which type of water will absorb more heat? Salty water or fresh water? Which type of water can absorb more heat? Salt water or fresh water? Salt water. So it's a kind of a chain reaction. Now to explain this, if you want, you can use some kind of schematic here. यहाँ पर आप एक flow chart use कर सकते हो. यहाँ पर आप एक schematic use कर सकते हो. Something on the lines, warm oceans release greenhouse substances. This further warm oceans results in acidification, and this also can further warm. So it's like a chain reaction happening. Okay. Warm oceans, they can dissolve salts, and dissolved salts, this can result in further warming of the ocean. There's like a chain reaction. The consequence of this is ocean chemistry disruption. ऐसे आप diagrams बनाकर आप दिखा सकते हो. Okay, so what are the reasons of ocean warming? Let's move on now. Okay, then you can refer to what are the consequences. Now, आपका bulk of the answer consequences में होना चाहिए. Okay, consequences में sea level rise, consequences disrupts ocean ecosystems and marine life. इसका example है algal bloom, disruption of kelp forest, impacts coral reefs, and please give whatever examples you can give. This in turn will also impact fishing. Consequences also include disruption of weather, hurricanes. Give a case study of Arabian Sea cyclones. give example of Amphan, which was in the month of May, which is very, very unusual for a cyclone in India. Sea level rise related, coastal submergence, mangroves, and I think you know the rest. So, ocean temperatures पे, all of this you know. The specifics is what probably you are missing. इस पे आपके पास थोड़ा बहुत डेटा होना चाहिए. Okay, what is the amount of sea level rise you are expecting? Say by 2100, the sea level rise can be more than 2 feet. In fact, we are fearing, India की case में, submergence of more than 30% of the coastal tracts and estuaries by 2050. ऐसे कुछ डेटा होना चाहिए. मुंबई का submergence, I'm sure आपने सुना है. The fears of Mumbai submergence. In one of these days, we will have to plan how to shift Mumbai further towards the land. अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ है, but you know, in Philippines, Indonesia, they already are planning. Okay, you have to allow for the sea level to rise. अब इंडिया में तो आप पॉलिटिक्स से लड़ना पहले सब बंद कर दो. You can plan and shift. You have to acquire land and move back inside the land now. So Mumbai submergence. So that takes care of some amount of sea level rise. From here, you can also make a reference to, okay, this is the geography part, okay? How we can have isostatic disruptions. The problems related to melting ice caps. If you know about Larsen Sea Shelf or West Antarctic Ice Shelf, WAIS. Now come to the question. The question which I was looking at is, अब content बन चुका आपका, ठीक है? Question is, discuss the causes and the consequences of ocean water warming in different parts of the world. This is 20 marks question. Discuss the causes and the consequences of ocean water warming in different parts of the world. ये important है, okay? Don't forget this. Different parts में कम से कम 4-5 parts बात कर देना. Okay, warming in Northeast Pacific, warming around Antarctica, warming of Indian Ocean, and also talk about warming in the depths, how that impacts. The different parts may you can do this. Consequences I've explained and come to causes. So now your answer starts. So answer will have an introduction. There will be a diagram. Diagram preferably एक schematic बना देना या फिर world map बना कर दिखाना. And the body will be of causes and consequences. Causes, consequences. Conclusion may be futuristic, maybe solutions, maybe mitigation efforts. This is the answer structure. This is half of the page. This is approximately 1.5 page. And the conclusion is the last paragraph. Is that fine, all of you? So today was your first class. So we have not discussed on average. I will try discussing 4 or 5 questions in every class. Read out the subparts. The conclusion can be futuristic. कि अगर आप control नहीं करते हो तो क्या होगा? Futuristic. It can be some solution, or it can also be, I said, mitigation efforts. When ice starts melting, the distribution of matter will change. The matter will get redistributed. Larsen Sea Shelf, WAIS, is West Antarctic Ice Shelf. The question was, discuss the causes and the consequences of ocean water warming in different parts of the world. While talking about disruption of life forms, यहाँ जो बात कर रहे थे हम लोग, you can talk about, I've mentioned impacts fishing. It impacts marine food resources. बट याद रखो, सब कुछ लिखना है आपको 2 पेज में, 2 pages. So do not try to add too much points. Okay? ज़्यादा point add करोगे आप handle नहीं कर पाओगे. And if you know something more, go ahead. चलो then, we will meet tomorrow again at 10 o'clock. Today was introducing the concept to you and teaching you one topic. We'll continue tomorrow. और इसमें answer लिख लेना. And if I can get ready, I'll share the model answers with you also. ठीक है? चलो then, bye bye. Do your work, read through. In your textbook also you can look up. अगर oceanography textbook देख रहे हो, you can look up something from your Man and Oceans के chapter में. Man Oceans chapter. You have the section in page 446. Page 446. And all of you join the Telegram link also. Okay, we forwarded that by your mail. Join that also. Bye then. Take care. Bye bye.